Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the stairs. You can see here in the notes, we got about 3/4 inch planks with a 1 1/4 inch overhang. We also want to be able to indicate from the rough floor line here an 1.5 inch deck with a 9-inch rim board, and there you can see the sizing of the steps. So let's go ahead and proceed. Okay, here we are back in our drawing. If you look in this area, you can see I have my elevation layer on. This represents that rough floor. So now, since I'm going to be working on the floor stairs, right, we got another layer here called A-floor rails. So you can add that if you don't have it already. Okay, first thing I want to do here is go from right to left, just trace a line, right? From finished wall intersection with the floor to the other side there. I will offset 1.5 inches, that 1.5 inches below. Below that, I'll offset another 9 inches for the rim board. Now, as I zoom away, you can see I basically have no stairs right now. But what I want to do here is come back up to the floor plan and look at the boundaries of the stair. Here is where you could use a ray to project the left and right edges of the stairs back into your elevation view. So we know the stairs are going to be in this area, right? Now, what we'll want to do first here is let's trim away using this construction line and this construction line, enter. Let's trim away this part right here, right, of the rim board, because we're going to have stairs that come down here. Now we know that the offset for the first step is 6 inches. So if I offset 6, the top step here is going to be referenced to the rough floor line here. So if I offset that towards the bottom, I get this line. Once again, to avoid confusion, I'm going to trim the line. So I can use this construction line and this construction line here to trim away on the outside and on the outside here. So this would be the top of my tread. If I offset 3/4, 0.75 to the bottom, that would be the plank thickness. Now this is where you have to be careful, okay? There are several ways that you could do this. Each of the offsets here are going to be 7 inches, right? You could either do offset and keep changing the value, or you can use copy and increase the 7 inches, or you could just simply do an array. If I select these two here, I know that the remaining steps are 7 down to the grade, right? 7 inches each. If we take a look at how many steps we should have, so we have this step right here, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a total of 6 steps. A total of 6 steps. So here's the first one. Using array, okay, think about it this way. Which direction do I want to make the array? It's going towards the bottom this way. As I pull the arrow, you can see the extent of the array. Pay attention to the properties here. You can see that we have 4 columns. If I zoom back, wait, I don't need that many columns. You can come over here and then adjust. So you can see I have 1 column. Now we need to think about rows. What you can think about here is this is number of rows. This right here is showing you the distance between each row or the total. So you could use either method. Here, what I want to do is do -7. You can see the negative is indicating direction. Now, again, you can see there's a total of 38, right? How many do we need? We only need let's try 6 first, right? Because here's the original, right? Once we confirm our results here, you can just hit enter. At any time, you'll notice that if I go over the stairs and I select it, you can see it's an associative array. So at any time, I can make adjustments here. Now, I realized we didn't do our little offset and do our little detail for the overhang, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how we can finish that. If I take a look to show you what I mean here, it's that 1.25" overhang, right? So if I offset 1.25 using this ray here to the right, now I can do extend. Watch how I do extend. I'll do it like this. EX, enter, enter. Now I'll start at the very top here, and I'll select these lines here. And actually, because, I'm sorry, this is an associative array, right? It's been grouped. What I'll want to do here is actually use edit source. And when I use edit source, okay, it'll allow me to edit these guys. Okay? So you'll see that if I use EX one more time, enter, enter. Now you'll see the copies automatically update, and then I hit enter again. Come up here to the ribbon, and you can save the changes to this group. Okay, there's that. You can see that. I'll undo, and then now I can just trim, right? Now the thing is that what I'll want to do is I can add this to the group. So if I select it again, you can see in the properties the edit source, select it, click OK, and then you'll see here's the source object. So I just draw a line here, and you'll see that'll be repeated in the copies there too. Come back here to the ribbon and then save the changes, right? So we can do the same thing here for the trim and do the same thing over here on this side. So I'll do it all together now. So first select the array, edit the source, select the source object, click OK. All right, you'll see this trim right here. Let's see if we can trim it. It may not be possible. Yeah, so I don't even have to edit the source there. It's just this part. So I'm just using all intersections to go ahead and trim the excess there. And you'll notice now we don't need the remainder of that ray there either, right? So we can go ahead and just trim it away. We'll use this line here and the grade line to trim it away there. Okay, now what we could do here is we still have the other end. So let's go like this. We'll offset 1.25" from right to left. We'll select the source object here, edit the source, select it again. Now we'll extend. And I might as well just draw that little line right here now. And then save the changes. If I remove this one, you can see the copy. So once again, I'll just trim back the ray. And then to trim inside, I'll use all intersections. So just type EX, enter, enter. And that makes all of the intersections, oh sorry, trim. I was doing extend, trim. So TR, enter, enter. And we could use all of the intersections there as cutting edges. Okay, so this should complete the detail there for the stairs. Now the next step here would be to work on the railings. So just keep this in mind. With the railings, we have symmetry, right? If we just work on one side, we can then later go ahead and mirror the other side. Let's take a look at that next.